Today, at the heart of what I'm going to be talking about is this little organ. Yes, it is the heart. And it is about love, and it's not by coincidence that the whole love-heart connect is there. And so, as we grow older, something happens to us. What happens to us? Well, the kids grow up and fly away, and people kind of forget you. At that point in time, it is time for what they call heart disease. And every time that you have a heart attack, and hope you never have one, but every time that that does happen to anybody, it's all about a little part of your heart dying. Now, the heart, of course, is symbolic of love. And what we've done over the years, as we grow older, is withdraw a little bit of ourselves. A little bit of ourselves gets withdrawn. And every time that we withdraw a little bit of ourselves, we withdraw a little bit of that feeling of love, the feeling of affection, the feeling of moving out and handing over ourselves to somebody. We close ourselves down because we believe that the world doesn't love me anymore, that people don't have time for me, that everybody has moved on, and there I am sitting in the corner and wondering what will happen next with the rest of my life. Well, it is time to change that, and change that completely, because that actually changes everything. It's time to step out and actually love somebody. Actually go out and meet people who will love you in return, who will give you that sense of security within yourselves. And that's the idea behind the whole thing of love. Love is all about moving up and beyond, about loving somebody. And if we close ourselves, if we squeeze out the juices of love from our heart, slowly it dies. And this, of course, is part of very big studies that have been done both in Sloan Kettering and the Harvard Medical School and across the world. Happier people live longer. They have less of a chance of heart disease. 1 in every 5 Indians has some form of heart disease. Urban Indians is what I'm talking about. And that, of course, is a survey by one of the leading hospitals in India. Now, that is worldwide. Across the world, people have the same malady. And that's because slowly we're closing ourselves up. The heart that used to be free is now closing down. And when it's closing down, well, it dies a little bit at a time. So what do? Well, we go out, live, laugh, and love. Most importantly, you give yourself. Is it important that other people give to you? Not really, because I'm sure that when you love 20 people, there'll be 20 people who love you in return and have that same affection for you. It's only when you have the feeling of not being loved that there is the problem. Okay, and there's another kicker to this, and that, of course, is eat tomatoes. Yes, that little red vegetable. Is it called tomatoes or tomatoes? Doesn't really matter. But eat tomatoes, because that is at the heart of it all. You know, it has a certain chemical to it. Do you know that the tomato also looks a little bit like your heart from the inside? Not only that, it also has a certain chemical that actually helps your heart. So kicker, eat a little tomatoes. And what you need to do for me is show a little love. Oh, yes, subscribe at that button at the bottom if you like love or are willing to put up with what I'm saying. And yes, there'll be a lot of love that'll be spread around, and that'll do you a lot of good, and it'll do me a lot of good.